welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a story time video, and I was kind of debating on whether or not I wanted to film this story time, but a lot of you guys told me that you wanted to see it and really begged me to upload this. And a lot of times with my stories, like, I feel like they're not good enough for some reason, or they're not interesting enough, but I do feel like this one is really funny, and it's one of those, like, how did that even happen to me? Like, it's just one of those crazy stories where you're just like, what the heck? It's just really funny and entertaining, and I just thought, why not? Because I love watching story times. Story times are literally like my favorite videos to watch. I watch them when I'm doing my makeup. I watch like even the dumbest stories. I just love story time videos. I love hearing people talk about crazy things that have happened to them and stuff like that. So I'm going to tell you guys about the time I got stuck in a closet with a baby in the house. My baby in the house. And it was the most scary thing in the whole entire world, craziest thing in the whole entire world, and it's just such a weird story. So, okay, so it all started on a regular day. My husband works a 9-to-5 job, and my daughter was a baby at the time. She was, taking 2 naps a day, and this was during her first nap of the day, so like 10:30 about. And she went down for a nap, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to clean, I'm going to get stuff done. And the first thing that I wanted to do was clean my closet downstairs, like my coat closet. This was something that I had been wanting to do forever, and me and my husband always just like throw our coats on the bottom of the closet. Like, we don't even bother hanging them up because we're really lazy people. So I was like, I'm going to hang up all the coats and put them on hangers and hang them up so my coat closet is clean. So just so you guys know, I have, in my old house, I had my closet door here, and then the front door was right across from the closet door. So the second you walk into the front door, the closet door is like 4 feet in front of you, and then there's a wall on this side. So basically you have to like walk in and turn to get in the house or whatever. So that's kind of how the setup is. So I was cleaning out my closet, doing my thing, and up on this sidewall here was a snowboard just like leaning up against the wall. So I had to kind of step into the closet to be able to put the coats on the, rod or whatever. So I stepped into the closet, and all of a sudden I heard this sliding noise, and I'm like, what the heck? All of a sudden the door slammed behind me. I was inside the closet, and I was like, whoa, like, what the heck just happened? Why am I stuck in this closet? And I finally realized that the snowboard had like kind of slid off the wall and just knocked the door shut behind me. And I was like, okay, that was weird. But I just turned around and I, went to get out of the closet. So I was looking for the handle, and I turned the handle and I pushed, and I could not push the door open. Not even the slightest bit. Do not ask me how this happened. Do not ask me like how the snowboard was like pushed up against the wall. I still have no idea to this day because I was the only one home, but I could not budge this door open, not even like the tiniest little crack. It was like sealed shut basically. It felt like somebody had deadbolted the door. I was like, I have to be able to get out of here. So I'm sitting there like shaking the door like hard, like thinking I could like budge the snowboard a little bit or it would like shake off. I was literally pushing with all of my might because I was starting to get nervous. I was like, I have to get out of this closet. Like, my daughter is in her crib, my baby, and I can't just be stuck in here. You know what I mean? So I was literally pushing this door as hard as I could. Like, I didn't care if I broke the door. I didn't care if I broke the snowboard. I know it sounds weird or silly or like I'm making it up, but I swear to you, I was like stuck. That's when I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Like, I am screwed right now. And so I was like, okay, maybe there's something in this closet that I can use. So I started digging around in like my coat pockets and like on the floor of the closet, thinking that maybe something would like spark an idea. And of course there was absolutely nothing in the closet. I didn't find anything that could help me get out of this closet, and I was like, crap. My daughter is going to wake up. My daughter is going to wake up. She's a baby. She's going to be crying in her crib, and I'm going to be stuck in this closet for 7 freaking hours because my husband doesn't get off work until 7. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So then I was like, phone. Like, I have to have my phone on me. So I'm like digging in my back pocket and where I usually put my phone, and my phone wasn't in my pockets. Out of all the days for me to not carry my phone, this was the day. All I would have to do is call my husband and be like, come get me, I am stuck in the closet. Don't ask me how, but I'm stuck in the freaking closet. And everything would have been solved, but I didn't have my phone on me, and I was like, oh my god. And at this point I started thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Like, my daughter, my baby, she was probably like 1 at the time, is in her crib. She's going to start crying, she's going to wake up, and I'm not going to be able to go get her. She's going to be stuck in that crib for 7 hours by herself, crying, without me there. And I started getting really freaked out, because if you are a mom, you know how stressful that is. Like, I feel like it would cause like a panic attack if I could like hear her crying and I couldn't go in and comfort her because I was stuck in a closet. Like, just the thought of that makes me feel so bad. Like, it just, ugh, so stressful. So I was like, I have to figure out how to get out of here. Like, I can't let my daughter sit in her crib for 7 hours by herself. Like, that is horrible. I feel like the worst mom of all time, even though I didn't ask to get in this situation. But so then I was like, okay, maybe my neighbor will hear me, because he tends to work outside a lot. He was always outside kind of working in his garden and stuff like that. So I was like, if I yell loud enough, maybe he'll hear me. So it was risky, don't get me wrong, because I could have woken up my child by doing this, but it was the only other option I could think of at the time. So I start yelling, like, for my neighbor. I'm like, help, like, yelling for my neighbor, hoping that he would hear me. And of course, he probably, like, wasn't outside or whatever, or just couldn't hear me, and that didn't work. And that was, like, my last hope. So at this point, I'd been in the closet for like 30 minutes, I would say, and I sat down on the floor and I started thinking about all the horrible things that could happen, and I started, like, freaking myself out. And if you're actually stuck in a dark, small room, like, even the most non-claustrophobic people will get claustrophobic, because you start to think, like, even if I wanted to get out of here, I can't get out of here. And it's a really, really weird feeling. And then I started thinking about Final Destination, the movie, and how this would be a total way that somebody would die in that movie. They would get stuck in a closet, they wouldn't have anybody come and check on them, and they would starve, or they would, like, just die of, like, dehydration or something. Like, think about it, like, that could happen. And I started thinking about, like, if I didn't have any friends or family that checked on me or anything like that, like, I would literally die in here because nobody would know that I was in here. And I was thinking about all of these things in my head, like a crazy person would do. So at that point, I'm sitting there literally thinking that I was actually going to have to sit in there, and kind of accepting it and being like, okay, when Elena starts crying, like, you're just gonna have to, like, stay calm. She'll eventually stop crying, and she'll probably just lay down and kind of hang out in her crib by herself, and, like, that's all you can hope for. So I'm sitting there just, like, waiting and waiting and waiting, and all of a sudden I remember that there's a top shelf in the closet that I didn't check for, like, a tool of some sort. So I'm like, okay, like, cross your fingers, maybe there's something up there. Honestly, I really didn't think there would be. I was kind of like, what's gonna be up there? Gloves? Like a hat? I don't know. So I start, like, feeling around on the top shelf, and I find this rod. It's like this metal rod thingy. I don't know. I think it went to Elena's stroller. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this could work. If I put this under the door and I, like, try to pry the snowboard out from under the door, like, this might actually work. So I get out on the floor, I put the thing under the door, and I start, like, you know, going like this, and luckily the snowboard was laying in a position to where I could get the little rod, like, under it and push it out. Push the snowboard out from in front of the door, and it fell to the floor, and I got up, got out, and I was like, that did not just happen. I think I was in the closet for about 45 minutes to an hour, which is a really long time to be sitting in a dark, small closet with your child in the other room. It was so weird. Like, I literally felt like the universe was out to get me that day. Like, everything fell into place in a way where I had no control over the outcome, and the universe was just like, this is what's going to happen to you today, and you can't do anything about it. Like, that's what it felt like. And it was just such a Final Destination near-death experience to me. So I hope you guys like this story. Luckily, Elena didn't wake up while I was in the closet. When I got out, she slept for probably like another half an hour. But it was really scary, and I was just so stressed out the whole time that Elena was going to wake up and I would have to sit in there for 7 hours with a crying baby in the room next door. It was just the worst possible scenario that could possibly happen to a mom. But that was my story. I hope you guys liked it. I have another really good story for you guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell it because it has to do with, like, a professional NBA basketball player, and I would have to change names and all that kind of thing. I don't know if people want the story out, but I'm going to try to talk to the people to see if I am able to tell you guys this story that I have, because it is the best story time ever. It's a crazy story and it's so good, but I'm just afraid to tell it because I don't want to step on anybody's toes with it. So I'll talk to the people and hopefully I'll be able to do it. But I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was kind of entertaining. I hope you guys did your makeup or did cleaning or something while you listen to it. But that is it, guys, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.